All right, let's get started, everybody. Everybody go from talking about dicks and mouths to suddenly being serious. Hey, it's Jimmy Lee Lard, the sock snob, and I am very, very, very excited because I finally, this is like a dream for me come true. So I finally have some great people with me. I call them my sock mob, and we are going to talk about some stuff that, you know, maybe you thought about, some heavier topics, some lighter stuff, but all interesting stuff, so you're going to love it. So let me introduce you to my friend. Who wants to go first? Janita?
Well, I guess I'll be first.
Janita, tell them who you are.
Hello, everybody. I am Jonita.
Well, did everybody get that, Janita?
A lot of people would know me as a singer. I am classically trained, sing all over the world, different venues and opera houses, orchestra, symphony halls. The best job that I have is being a mommy. I am a divorcee. Hello.
Hello. Hey.
And just really happy to be here. I think this is going to be a very good thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, I'm RJ, RL, Rhonda, and few names or whatever.
I think you wanted by the police. All these aliases.
Don't tell nobody. What can I say? I am so excited to be here, to be asked by Jimmy to be a part of these great discussions we're going to have. I'm looking forward to them and this great team we have, this sock mob, and yeah. I got you.
I'm basic today. I can't. Right.
It's all
basic,
about that
basic
face.
black.
About that face.
And I got it. Oh yeah, that is too far. So might see some ashy and put that shit away. Put that away. Now, since you're talking, and thank you, RJ. Who are you?
I am G. Mason. I'm just a regular old person that's been pretty private for the most of my life. So this is my first real step, just kind of opening up.
You have no idea. Like a ton of videos that I do, I always try. He's been the cameraman for some of them, or just off in the cut, trying to get them for a long time. So finally got them.
Welcome. Definitely.
Well, I promise we're going to be talking about some crazy stuff, some not so crazy, some real serious topics, but we'll start off with something light.
You sure it's light?
It's light.
Okay.
Can you remain cool with your ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever the hell you had?
I like my old dogs.
Dang, are they dogs?
No, I'm just talking about my old pets.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, for real.
No, I truly believe you can be friends with an ex, because most time if you get in a relationship with someone and you're friends, with them, that starts the foundation. So if it didn't work out and we, decide to part and go our ways or whatever, you still should be like, oh, hey, how you doing? How your mom doing? Some of those conversations, because you had a relationship.
Is that only if you walk away, on a good note, you part amicably.
But everybody don't part always like that. Sometimes it still takes us coming back around and, getting out our feelings. Sometimes, it might be like, hey, fuck that bitch and da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? And, all this other stuff. But remember this. Everything that they were or are is, you chose that person at some point in some time. So evidently they did something for you. So I truly believe, what I'm saying, that if you put in the work, you can still remain.
Well, G, I'll follow that up with a question for you. And my damn dog is kicking the tripod. What the hell? So, Sterling, go.
I want to be on camera.
So his birthday was yesterday. So G, what happens if you have a current girlfriend, can you still be cool with your ex? Ooh.
I think that you can. I personally, I think that it's healthy to try to have, just kind of touch on what she was saying. It's like when you're having relationships with anybody, I think it's healthy to kind of try to build something that's gonna be like
Beneficial.
beneficial. It's gonna be legit, solid, nice solid foundation between you and this other individual. Because whoever you got a relationship with them, your kids, your friend, your family, or whatever. So I think it's pretty damn cool. And me personally, I want to build relationships with people where they may not necessarily be in my life, for the rest of my life, but we have a good rapport. You know what I'm saying? They can come to me in their time of need. I can come to them or whatever. Years later, whether we're together or not. I think it's healthy for everybody to have relationships that's gonna be healthy relationships that they can go back to.
And RJ made a good point. Like if you started out, if you had a foundation of friendship, that really helps. But a lot of relationships don't start that way. A lot of relationships start as
In the DM.
It was right in the DM. It started off as a situationship, and you caught some
A
feelings.
situationship.
That's what
You know
most
what that
relationships
situation
are,
is. Meet at the club.
So I think it makes a difference, like what the foundation was. So if you weren't shit to each other before, then why would you be anything after? Yeah.
Look,
So.
Oh
No. I have a special question for you because you are the only divorcee in the group.
I am.
So, can you remain friendly with your ex?
Why you ask me like that? Well, you can. That's the optimal word, can.
Yes.
I think what you all were talking about as far as having a foundation of friendship is optimal. But I also think that if you lose respect for somebody, then there's an issue.
Then I ain't got shit to say to you, probably, I guess.
Well, and so, it's interesting because I'm friends with a lot of my exes as far as that's concerned. I only have one ex-husband, okay? But
Like, to clarify.
Let's clarify that. But when you lose respect for somebody, then I don't think you can be cool. You can be cordial, you can be respectful, you can do what you have to do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a true friendship there.
Yeah.
It's hard to bounce back from that when there's a loss of respect.
I had a ex father who explained to me
An ex-father.
an ex-father-in-law. Well, you know what?
Okay.
Well,
I'm
one of
with
my
you.
ex's
Your
fathers.
ex's father. Okay.
Thank you, because I was like,
How do you get rid of a father? Right.
Oh, no,
She
Mr.
divorced her
Terry.
dad.
But
Remember the easy bake oven you didn't buy?
Right, yeah.
Bitch.
Papers.
y'all play too. But her father, he stated that, if a woman or man, whoever is in a relationship with somebody, and let's just say they break up, but they're still cordial and friends, and the woman isn't dating anybody, and she needs somebody to take out her garbage or mow the yard, or shovel the snow.
What the fuck you be doing?
But this is what he said. He said.
Oh, this is what he said. I'm sorry. Okay.
Right.
I had forgot about the ex-father. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
He said that she should be able to call on that friend or that man or whomever to get, these things done if she's not in a relationship. And therefore, you still do need, that type of relationship even after the relationship is over.
but that's part of being a friend.
Yeah.
That's part of helping a friend. Because you would do that whether you were involved with somebody
Precisely.
or not. And what's interesting, when you were talking about that, it made me think about how I'm still very good friends with a lot of my ex-husband's family. They still call me sis. They still call me sister.
I have exes like that that's still cool with my sisters in there.
That actually reminds me of what you just said. What happens when you do not end amicably and it's a horrible breakup, but your family still deals with that person.
But you have to. I think you still have to accept it because you brought that person into your life, which then also put that person into your family's life. So they have relationships outside of you.
That's true. But when
it's over, that's like you can't talk to my family anymore.
Right.
Y'all better not call that home. None of that.
We broke up with her. We broke up with her.
But let me give you an example. For
And
my
yes,
family,
sorry.
in my family, I had a situation where one of my family members broke up, and with social media, he drug her name through the mud, even though she did everything for his ass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the family blocked him on Facebook, got away from him. Some people got into it with him and all this, right? But then I still, to this day, have family members who still talk to him and, you know, still friendly with him. And it hurts her because she's like, wait a minute. I thought you were you wouldn't even know him if it wasn't for me. And he's called me all sorts of bitches, hoes, and this and that, and you're still with him. So what happens then? Like,
Where's the loyalty?
Exactly. Remember that whole blood is thicker than water? Isn't
Well,
you know,
I mean,
not with everybody.
Not with everybody. And then, I mean, maybe she still don't know what type of relationship that they had. Maybe they might have had another type of relationship, you know what I'm saying? Or, you never know. Like, I mean, you just never know. And you know, at the end of the day, like you said, we human.
Yeah.
One of the things that my daddy instilled in me, regardless of how I feel about my ex-husband at that particular time, that was always going to be my child's father.
Yes, that does not change.
And I respect him, and I tried never, ever to allow whatever was going on or what wasn't going on between my ex-husband and I to affect my child. I never colored her. I never, say, oh, your daddy no good, blah, 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 he ain't done this, blah, blah, blah. I always cherished the relationship between my daddy and me. And so I wanted her to cherish the relationship between her father and herself. Mm-hmm. So, I did everything to encourage that. Now, that doesn't mean that, I'm human.
Yeah. And
I made a mistake, and my child corrected me. My child corrected me. She corrected him, too. But I always have that in the forefront of whatever I do, whatever I say, so that it's never anything that's negative that affects her and her relationship with her father.
That's good. A lot of women need to learn that.
Yeah, you broke up with him. Your daughter did not break up with her father.
Right.
So, yeah. And then a lot of times, and I'll say this, and then we'll, I guess maybe turn this one loose, but I think sometimes parents want to share with their children how much they do for them and how much he doesn't do. Mm-hmm. And you don't realize that their relationship with him, they're seeing it through completely different eyes. And they don't even see those things that are not being done by him. They just know it's getting done, and that's all that a child should know. But their relationship with him is father-daughter, not,
Right. And as they get older, they learn those things because, like you said, my mother, when it came to my father, this tall, lanky, thick ass, ain't do that, whatever. But, you know what I'm saying, I always knew on this certain time, me and my dad, we were going to hang out, we were going to go to the park, we were going to go to the movies, we were going to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So that was the type of relationship we built. But my mother always had something, negative to say. And, it was usually out of anger from
whatever happened with her.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Which technically has nothing to do with the daughter, from the daughter's perspective. So.
Precisely.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was a good first episode. I'm so glad we're doing this. So make sure you check us out on our website, therealsocksnob.com. Always, and then on Instagram, the Real Sock Snob. I'm turning it in now. So, all right, we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye. New topics. Holla!
I wanted to put together a group that could talk about anything.
So we get our news from Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's that type.
From extremely serious to, well.
Remember, anything that's not
not penetration, it's foreplay.
So I put together a group that's made up of gay, straight, married, single, divorced, blue collar, and white collar. I wanted everybody to be represented.
Hey, it's Jimmy Lee Lard, the sock snob. Actually, I'm Jimmy Lee Lard, the sock snob. And this is the Sock Mob.
Please join us every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes by searching The Sock Mob on YouTube or log on to therealsocksnob.com.